And what teacher or administrator would you vote for King and Queen? I'm not touching that question.
You're not?
No,
Not
I'm
even
touch
gonna...
that. No, like,
No?
as soon as I would try to do that would probably get me in trouble.
Hi, welcome to OTNN, and today we're going to be asking questions to our principal, Mr. Thomann. So, before we start the questions, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good today, Jonas.
Yeah?
Very good.
Really good?
It's a little dreary day, but it's a good day.
Yeah. It's been a pretty muggy week outside, not the best.
It's been wet, yes.
Yeah. But let's get into these questions. So, what are you most excited about for homecoming week?
Homecoming week coming up next week. This is an interesting question because honestly, the thing I'm most excited about is a sense of normalcy. We've had a stretch of 5-day weeks here, which is not normal for us to have this many in a row, and we've been able to have FFA week and FBLA week, and then we kind of skipped a week here, and then homecoming next week. It's ironic to say we're looking forward to normalcy in homecoming week because it's always one of those weird weeks, but it's just going to feel good to do things that we normally do.
Yeah. What are some changes we can expect? I mean, homecoming is going to look a little different, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think throughout the week it's not going to look a ton different, other than the fact that we all have masks on, which we do every day. We're used to that. But, there won't be a dance. We're not to the point yet where we can have a dance for. There's obviously limited attendance at the football game. So those are big things that you take out of homecoming, kind of take a big chunk out of the whole of it. But throughout the week, our student council has been doing a good job trying to plan activities to keep it normal. We're having the Powder Puff game, the boys volleyball game. We've added Students versus Teachers Scholar Bowl, which will be a fun thing to do after school. And we've got the dress up days to go along with it. So we're going to try to keep it as in line with what we usually do as possible, because we know there are some big things that are going to be missing out.
Why do you think it's important to have homecoming now, even though it's so late in the year and we usually have it earlier?
Back in the fall.
Yeah.
I think it's important to do all the things that we can do. We've had to sacrifice so much, in the past 12 months that I think now it's to the point now where we can kind of start doing things if we're willing to look for ways to do them within the guidelines. And I think it's important not to look for reasons not to do things, as opposed to let's find ways that we can do things.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're kind of packing a lot into the last quarter and a half here, but that's what we want to do. Everything we missed out on, we're going to try and do it.
Especially with SATs coming up and all the pain from that.
Yeah, the pain. It's funny because, all the things that we normally do in the spring, high school is a very busy place in the spring, and we're trying to do all of those things as well as things like homecoming that we usually have done months ago. So it's going to be a busy time.
Now, I know King and Queen is like a big controversy, especially for high school students, because it's just the biggest vote of our lives, apparently.
Oh, it's very important, yes.
But are you allowed to vote? And if you are, what teachers or administrators or whoever would you vote for?
Excuse me. You put some good questions on here. No, I've never been asked to vote or been allowed to vote for homecoming King and Queen. I would venture to say that maybe the principal's role in the King and Queen election might be in the case of a tie. Maybe I would have to make that decision, but I don't ever foresee there being a tie. So no, I'm not giving a vote. And what teacher or administrator would you vote for King and Queen? I'm not touching that question.
You're not?
No,
not
I'm
even
touch
gonna?
that. No,
No?
as soon as I would try to do that would probably get me in trouble. So we're just going to leave that one alone. We'll leave that one to the students.
My vote's for riding. So what is one thing you miss about the old building that's gone because of construction?
I thought this was a fantastic question, Jonas. I thought this was the one that really made me sit and go, what do I miss? Because there's so many things that I don't miss from the old building. But as I got to thinking about it, I think the one thing that I'm going to miss is the stage. I really like our new setup in the gym. I like the new concession area. I like the way everything's going to flow once we're able to have full-on basketball games and musicals and concerts and things like that. I think it's going to be a good thing for us. But just not having that stage in the gym is going to be kind of weird, and I'm going to kind of miss that.
Yeah, I remember doing Bring It On last year, and the stage was a real handful for us, especially since I joined on the crew late, and is trying to trying to get through the dynamic of being on crew and having to go
So
back
you're,
up.
you're talking about Sleva, that stage. I'm talking about the gym stage. Just
The gym
just being
stage.
gone.
Oh.
Yeah, just being gone. No, Sleva, yeah, I missed some things about that too, but just the gym stage. I just miss, we didn't use it a lot, but I just miss having that look in the gym of having a stage in there.
Okay, I understand now.
It just hit me. I'm probably going to miss that.
What is the thing you're most excited about being finished within this new building?
Well, I mean, really, we're down to the final details here. Really, I'm really excited to get the theater done. I mean, it's really the last piece of the puzzle of getting that done, and it's going to be. It's interesting because it was kind of the first thing that we saw going up, you know, way back in, last fall, and now it's the last thing to get finished. But there's a lot of intricate details that got to go into that. They're working on the lighting and the curtains and the sound and things like that. So. That's going to be very exciting to get that done and start having some shows in there and stuff like that.
But we're supposed to be having a play soon, I believe.
Yeah, we're trying to get it wrapped up so we can start rehearsal in there and get the first play is going to be kind of testing the waters and trying it out. With COVID and everything, it couldn't be a big show, and it's going to be fun to have that first show in there and get our feet wet and have that, and then we'll start moving on to bigger things.
Do you know what the play is?
It's the World According to Snoopy, I think is the name of it. Yeah, that's going to be a small cast, but a good show.
Yeah. How do you feel about the students and teachers at RCHS? How do you think they've responded to returning to the classrooms after such a long time, being online and remote, just not wanting to show up to school? Or
I was thinking about this question. I think it's there's an old saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And I think maybe we didn't appreciate what we had in having a school building until it was gone. And I think everybody has come back in with an appreciation for the fact that not only do we have a school building again, but we have a very, very nice school building to come back into. And there's a couple things that I really love about how this is shaping up. I love that student commons area in between classes and before school and after school, how everyone kind of congregates there, between classes, and then they disperse back to their classes after the passing period. I think that's a really great thing for the school, just to have everybody mingling into the same place and then back out, but yet still having plenty of room to do that without being on top of each other. The other thing I like is just the general calm of the building. I think that we've got more space to spread out. We've got more places to just relax without being on top of each other, and it's created a calm in the building. There's not a crowded hallway really. It's you got more room to maneuver where you need to go, and it's just been nice. So everybody's handling it pretty well. But the main thing that I think about with this is we got to work together to take care of it. I think for the most part we've been doing a pretty good job so far, but we really have to work together as a group to keep this place looking new as long as possible.
I think the one thing that I've realized about this entire building is during the common area, or not during any free time that they have, there's just a group of people that'll stay around, not in the common area, but on the outer skirts of it where those tables are by your offices.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to scare anybody away by tapping on the glass or anything like that?
No, it does amaze me, though, that people will hang out right next to that window. And if I happen to be in my office, I'm just like, I wonder if they know I'm here. But you can see in there easily.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop them. They'll still hang out right next to the window.
Well, this has been Mr. Thomann and Jonas Lyttle. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Jonas.
No problem, man.